baby, it's hump day. It's hump day. We got a lot in store tonight on No Hard Feelings, episode 56. NHL kicking it off tonight. Tampa Bay winning 4-1 over Toronto right now. Game 2 in the third period. We got some shit tonight with Chappelle show. I still think of his fucking show. But Chappelle being attacked on the stage. We're going to cover that tonight. We also got the old crackpot, Johnny Depp's ex-wife, taking a stand in her own defense. And more wild shit coming out of this trial. So we got a bunch of shit tonight. Chris Rock was on stage with Jamie Foxx, a bunch of shit. Busta Rhymes beat the fuck out of this dude who attacked Chappelle in the backstage too. Busta Rhymes was right there in the middle of this pile beating his shit out of this guy, which is fucking crazy. But a lot of news tonight on the show. What's going on, everybody, on this hump day? Hope you guys are having a good week so far. Nicky Nine's in the house tonight. Nick, what's up?
Hey, what's up, man? What's up?
Not much.
That Chappelle shit was funny, dude. Because that's what happens when you're not famous and you try to fucking go at somebody on stage.
You get that ass whooped. That dude got that ass whooped, bro. He got his ass whooped. He, arm looking all slack-jawed. But yeah, so what a wild scene that was. We have video from it and a bunch of shit. We'll touch on maybe some community shit tonight, too. There's a lot going on, man. A lot going on tonight. Like I said, Game 2, Toronto right now, 5-1 Tampa Bay over Toronto in the third. So that series is going to be tied up. But, yeah, man. So what's going on with you, Nick? Anything new?
Man, just the usual, watching the weather fucking, start to get less cold. Waiting for that sweet fucking late May where everything blooms and comes to life.
I know, man. And, it's like it's taking so long to get there. It's just like fucking dragging out the cold where I am in New York. It's just dragging out. This rainy, cold weather.
It's always cold here. I mean, it hasn't been too bad. It wasn't too bad today, but I mean, for the most part, this shit's always fucking cold. I don't know, man. I ain't never fucking warm anymore. After living in the desert for so long, dude, everywhere's cold for me.
Yeah, it's that time of the year, man, where it's like over here, it's just like you could have those beautiful days once it hits the afternoon, but in the mornings it's kind of cold. At night it gets cold. I'm like, let's just go already, man. Let's fucking go already with the summer,
Dude, I like a little cold in the morning. I
don't mind it, but I want the summer now because I've been dealing with the fucking winter for so long. It's like, let's just go. Let's just get that hot weather. Let's do it.
What's your like ideal temperature to live in? Like what? Like
if I could pick, I would say like 75.
Yeah, 75 in the day, dude. Like 50 at night, cold enough to have.
That would be ideal.
Yeah, that's the shit I need. But I don't know where it's like that. That's not in California.
Yeah, that's true. San Diego is so fucking beautiful. Has the best weather in the world, man. I mean, it's like fucking just so gorgeous there every day. That's
it is.
But a lot of those places are in California because, like, where else can you go? Like, because if you go anywhere else, it's either too hot or too cold.
Yeah, but there's something about the fucking winter. I honestly, with the exception of some people in this community, you would think the winter would make people less cunty, right? Because it's like, dude, you could die in that shit so fucking easy. So you think you'd be a little fucking nicer to people.
Yeah, exactly.
Some motherfucker.
Well, tonight is No Hard Feelings. Normally we put the show on the Patreon, but since it's the beginning of the month, we do it once in a while free. So tonight is episode 56. We're just doing it on the channel tonight. There's a lot to talk about, so we figured we'd go live with it. I mean, this trial between Johnny Depp and his ex-wife has been. There are so many fucking memes and so many. This guy's doodling is like going for like 5 million views on TikTok. Like, whatever goes on this trial is like so. It's on TV 24/7. Meanwhile, you don't even see that trial with what's her name, Maxine Galel or whatever her name was with the trafficking thing. Like that's not on TV at all. You know, we won't bother to put that on TV. You know, I mean, not to mention it has like a movie. Basically, was like you can't write a movie like that one with that chick and the guy that you know what's his name who supposedly killed himself in jail.
Yeah,
you know,
Self-hang.
Yeah, you know, it's like you can't write a movie like that. But meanwhile, they don't show that. But they're going to show this because, of course, it has to do with a movie star who, I don't know if you guys heard, but they said even if Disney offered you $300 million, would you do the next Pirates of the Caribbean? Because there's rumors going around that Disney at first didn't want anything to do with him because of this trial before it started and the rumors that were going around about him. And Disney kind of just cold-shouldered him like, fuck off, we don't want to re-sign you to anything. And now that the tide is starting to change and people are seeing that this bitch is crazy and Johnny Depp really isn't this monster that this woman says he is, the rumors are that Disney came to him and was offering him an astronomical amount of money. And I guess they asked him in court, would you take $300 million to go work for Disney again? He was like, I wouldn't take any amount from them. I'll never work for them again. So
fuck it. He probably doesn't need it anyway. But you know,
no, he don't. He don't. You know, he don't need it. He don't need it.
This whole case has really made me say that the issue with all of this was civil rights. If we didn't have civil rights, we wouldn't have had any of this woman bullshit. They'd be back in the fucking kitchen, knowing what their pussy's for. We wouldn't have any of this fucking bullshit. Like 50 fucking years ago, Johnny Depp wouldn't hear a fucking word. 50 fucking years ago, fucking.
Oh yeah, well.
What's his name? What's that motherfucker's name? Weinstein. Nothing. No one to say a fucking word.
No, because that was normal. Like that was like the norm. Like you want to be a Hollywood actress, you better get ready to bed down. You know.
Pretty much.
That was the norm, dude.
Yeah, fucking like Mars watched this documentary on Marilyn Monroe, and he was telling me about it, how she was just kind of passed around like a fucking guy.
Dude. I mean, you know, like who didn't get in Marilyn Monroe's ass? You know what I mean? Like that chick was definitely. She was like, I mean, the both the Kennedy brothers and fucking, you name it. Like Joe DiMaggio, the top baseball player of his time, the top political person of his time. Supposedly she fucked Castro and.
Jesus. I mean, like dude, she was literally the poster child for fucking Me Too.
I wonder if that's in that. I wonder if that's in that documentary about her, because I've heard so many rumors of her being with Castro too. You know what I mean?
Really?
Yeah, and I heard.
I didn't know that.
And I heard that she was the mouthpiece in between Castro and Kennedy at one point. Like, really weird. I mean, I don't know if that's true, but you know, who knows about all of it at this point? You know.
That'd be fucked, man. But so, and obviously I'm joking because you know I know some people are gonna spaz out there. Look, he hates civil rights. But it's like, dude, like Johnny Depp got took to the ringer because of some fucking clam. Yeah. Basically said he did all this fucking shit with zero fucking proof, and it sucks to be in that fucking. It sucks to be like that. Like anytime my wife wants, she could accuse me of some shit that I never did, and I'm done. There's nothing I could do about it. I'm fucked.
Yeah, how could you? Yeah, I mean, you know, it's very hard for a guy to get out of that. You know what I mean? Especially if he didn't do it. You know?
Yeah, and it's not to say that it don't, because there are a lot of cocksuckers out there that fucking, you know, they beat their women, they do all this fucked up shit. There really are, but there's a lot of dudes that are accused that haven't done anything.
Yeah, there are, and it's a shame because some of them burn for it. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, like you see a lot of stories of broads that accuse dudes of rape and then come out later, oh no, that didn't really happen. You didn't really fucking rape me. Oh, sorry, you just spent the last fucking 10 years in jail.
Oh yeah, I mean it's fucking ridiculous. And they're, you know, just think of these poor schmucks that are, you know, innocent and they're in jail and they're fucking, you know, serving time for like something they didn't even do. Like,
well, dude, they get that shit for the death penalty. They say something like 5% of all motherfuckers, or it's like 1 in 10. 1 in 10 of every motherfucker on death row is innocent. Like that's
fucked up, dude. That is just fucking whacked. You know, like that's horrible. That is fucking horrible to know that some people fucking get fucked for what they, you know, fucking ridiculous, dude.
Pendejo, Danny is a whore bitch.
Oh
Just
shit!
like my
Sorry,
brother
this was
Tommy.
from
I tore
last
Crystal's
weekend.
asshole apart last Sunday. Nothing holy came out those cheeks. Next week I'll fuck another of Tommy's hoes.
You know what I mean? Yeah. But anyway, yeah, that is fucked. That you said 1 out of what? 10?
1 out of every 10
Oh,
people on
that's
death row
dude.
are
That's
fucking innocent. Yeah.
so somebody, somebody, at least a couple of people have been put to the electric chair and put to death, or like hit with the needle and put to death, and they didn't even do it. They didn't even do it.
Yeah, no, 100%. There's a lot of fucking dudes haven't done anything. That got fucking murdered, just smoked because cops didn't want to do the fucking the proper procedure and just said fuck it, let's get this guy.
It's fucked up, man. A lot of, and then especially when there was like crooked cops out there. I watched this documentary on crooked cops, and I saw this thing about like these guys that like just took money to do anything that people wanted them to do. Once they knew they were like crooked, and like all these people started going to them, and they were open for business to do all kinds of shit. They would like follow. They would even drug dealers would hire these guys to, like tell them what was going to happen, like raids and shit, and then they would like basically put their drugs in the cop car and drive them. Their jugs. They put their tits in the cop, but they would put their drugs in the cop car and drive them to their safe houses throughout the city. Yeah. So they knew they wouldn't get robbed, because who's going to rob a cop? You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, nobody.
So, yeah, man, it's fucked, when you think about that. And then you get these innocent people that are on death row and actually die for something they didn't even fucking do.
Yeah,
crazy
it's fucked
shit.
up, man.
Yeah, it's, and you know what? Like, and that brings us to a point. Like with Johnny Depp, it's like, yeah, Johnny Depp might be a dick. He might be like eccentric and weird and an actor. And yeah, you know what?
I hate his fucking rings.
They people might
Tommy.
Yeah, people might look at him and be like, all right, you're out of touch. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You're Hollywood fucking, blah blah blah. You don't know about life and this and that. But you know what? Watching him in this trial and everything he's said and done, he's really shown himself to be like just, a guy who got fucking taken advantage of from some psycho bitch. And,
he did.
Yeah, and you could, and those videos of her talking and like saying to him, like, because he was going, you kept punching me in the face. And she was like, oh my God, like those weren't even full punches, okay? And he was like, I didn't do a thing to you. I just sat there. And she was like, but still, I was very pissed, and they weren't even really punches. And he's like, I was bleeding from over my eye. Like kind of like,
yeah, I know.
And it's like,
about.
Yeah, and she's like, it wasn't that bad. Like, you're a big pussy. Like, stop your shit. I wasn't even hitting you hard. And meanwhile, the way that she painted this guy to everybody else was like, he was like this guy who would just turn around and just smack her in the mouth and, shit like that. And it's like, no, it wasn't quite like that, and this whole thing was, and especially when it ruins somebody's career, it's like you kind of got to have a heart for the guy, even if you don't like Johnny Depp. It's
I feel for him because he got accused of some shit he didn't do. Yeah. And that guy's been famous his whole fucking life, so he can't survive any other way than fucking doing movies.
No.
Like, that dude's a normal human being.
No, and you know what's fucked up? Some of his friends took the stand, right? And some of his friends, well, one of them seems normal. The rest of them seem like, okay, yeah, these are guys that like leached off of him or whatever. But some of them seem normal, and it was like this one guy seemed normal, and I'm thinking he was like, basically like Johnny would never hit anybody. This guy's done such good things for so many people. Like he would never. He's not physical with like, ever physical with anybody else. He's never got into a physical fight or, how come all of a sudden now he's like this wife beater, And he like painted this picture of him that was like, a down to earth guy and blah blah blah, and he donated his time and money, to charities and shit like that. And, and it's like, you never want to see a falsely accused person go down for something they didn't do,
I mean, no, I agree. But with that said, I would fuck the shit out of Amber Heard. You have no fucking idea, dude. I know full fucking crazy. Say tomorrow, fucking wife leaves me, Amber Heard, just like, you know what, I got what it takes. I'm gonna be a crazy fucking bitch, but this pussy is chef kiss. I'd go fucking head first into it. I wouldn't even give a fuck. I know I'm gonna get beat.
Why do you think Johnny was there and was like, ain't going nowhere, you know? Because that pussy must have been damn good. You know,
dude, I have personally put up with fucking abuse, physical and psychological abuse for good pussy. I'm not even fucking kidding you, dude. I got fucking Johnny Depp, but the pussy was so good that I didn't give a fuck. I couldn't get away, dude. Like, dude, when you're with a broad, who, like, all right, so there's like a trifecta with bitches. So like, if they can suck dick good, if they could ride good, and they take it in all their holes, they're a fucking queen. I don't care how fucking psycho they are. I had a fucking broad who did that, who would get mad at me and wouldn't fight. Would wake me up in the middle of the fucking night, staring over me like a fucking crazy bitch, just to start fighting with me. And then after an hour of fighting and yelling at each other, she'd just bend over on the ground and pull her panties aside and say, just fucking me, that's all I'm good for. Like, it was the best. It was the greatest fucking thing I ever experienced, dude. Ooh.
Yeah, how could you beat that? Like,
yeah,
what the fuck?
Dude,
like, okay,
so fucked up.
You got it, you know. Well, I mean, yeah, but I'm sure. How long were they together for? Do you know, Johnny Depp? And she went. I mean, I think it was a while, right?
Let's see.
I think it was a while.
14 years?
Was it that much? Damn.
They began dating in 2012. Yeah.
Holy shit! Yeah. So they've been together quite a while, and you know, I mean. Obviously, he was sticking around for something, that, you know, because, like, she didn't just get psycho. You know what I mean? So, obviously, she was psycho this whole time. So, there was a reason why Johnny was sticking around. And it wasn't for the deuces in his bed, you know what I mean? He was sticking around for some other reason.
Oh, dude, if a bitch shit in my bed, I don't know if I can deal with that. I don't like shit, dude. I'm not a big fan of shit. I don't like when women fart. You know, like, I know they do it, but I don't even like farting around. Like, I don't like farting around my wife. I will, but it's not like one of those things where I'm like, just sniff this.
Yeah, I'm the same way, dude. Yeah, I don't like that shit.
And my wife fucking took a shit in her bed, I'd rub her fucking face in it like a dog. You fucking dirty bitch. Get your fucking face in there. Yeah, that was
so, I mean, like, you know, and his reaction is just so priceless. Like,
was human fecal matter. It was so bizarre.
Like, that's him actually on the stand, bro. Like, what the fuck, dude? It was human fecal matter. What a weird fucking case, dude. No wonder why they're airing it on TV, man. You know? But Johnny Depp has come out of this smelling like roses. They showed a clip of Amber coming out of the court the other day, and people are just booing the fuck out of her, bro. Booing the ever-living shit out of her, right? And then Johnny Depp comes walking out 5 minutes later, and they are cheering, going buck fucking wild on the sidelines, like going crazy. They got signs. They got. I'm like, you know who won the fucking? You know who won the? Maybe not in court yet, but you know who definitely won the Popular Opinion Award. You know?
Oh yeah. No, this has not been a good look for this fucking bitch, and I hope he fucking wins. I mean, 100%. Just because you shouldn't, just because you got a fucking tasty pussy doesn't mean you should be able to put a man away.
Yeah.
Like, it just doesn't work that way. You know, you want to be a crazy bitch, go work on your fucking issues. But, you know, justice for fucking Johnny, dude. That's all I can fucking say with that shit.
Yeah. That's what it seems like right now, man. Johnny's making out. Like, you know, this guy is doodling something and it fucking becomes 5 million fucking, you know, eyes are on it on TikTok. Like, what the fuck? You know, it's viral shit. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up with Johnny Depp, so I'll have a soft spot for him. You know, fucking Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah, 21 Jump Street.
I mean, even
definitely.
before that, 21 Jump Street, I hated him then, though, because I remember all the broads were like, oh my god, Johnny Depp. I'm like, fuck him. I'm this little pudgy fuck.
Yeah,
like, fuck him. He ain't got shit on me.
Good looking motherfucker. You know? He was a good looking fuck back then. He had that haircut and the fucking whole thing. You know, the 90210 look. Like,
yeah.
You know, the other guy's all dressed like Johnny. Johnny was a young chicken back then, bro. He was a young fucking, big time actor who, he just fucking, he's just one of the most well-known actors of our time. Plain and simple. But I don't know what this bitch was thinking going to fucking court. What did she think? She could fucking lie her whole way through court, making Johnny look bad? Like,
she thought she was going to be able to ride the Me Too train. That fucking pittered out big. And I get why Disney did what it did. I get it, right? Anyone, after that Me Too shit started, anyone that had any inkling of pulling some dirty shit was done.
Yeah.
It's just that you had no choice. It's not fucking fair, but I get why they did.
Yeah. Yeah.
They had to pretend they cared. They had to pretend they cared because most people don't give a shit about the Me Too stuff, but women care, so you gotta pretend to care. You're a piece of shit, not get no pussy.
Yeah, and fucking Disney. They're all about like fucking what it looks like, all that shit. Like they're all about that. Yeah,
100%.
Yeah, and it's like, you understand why they're doing it because they got to maintain that look, but still, it's like you fucking, pieces of fucking shit, man. It's just this Me Too shit. It's just so fucking just, it like ended already, But who knows if it'll ever end? Who the fuck knows?
I don't know. I think it's getting to that trail end, but like the whole political correctness. Like, it comes in waves, where it pushes for a while and everything's fucking outrageous, then people push back. Because it's like, all right, we're a little tired of this one. Okay, we've had enough. So I think it's starting to die down a little bit.
Chris Rock going up on stage with Chappelle after this guy tackled him to the ground. Did you see him get tackled or anything?
Yeah, I saw the fucking video. I'm like,
pretty fucked up, dude. Busta Rhymes was behind the scenes beating the shit out of this guy, and Chappelle came back out onto the stage right away and went right back into his jokes, and they roughed this dude up pretty fucking good behind the scenes, which he deserved. I mean, there's no doubt about it. And a lot of people were saying he jumped on stage with a gun.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and a knife and all that shit. It was a gun that was a knife.
Wait, what?
But I think they were saying that it was rubber too.
He had a fucking bayonet?
They said that he had a handgun that looked like a knife, and some people were saying it was rubber. That's how he got it into the venue,
Yeah.
Yeah, so who knows as far as that, but, I mean, listen, if this was a real gun, Chappelle's dead. You know?
Yeah. I mean, fucking look at Dimebag Darrell.
Yeah, I mean, the guy got killed on fucking stage. There's been a couple of people that have been killed on stage, very easily, like, killed on stage throughout the years. And, man, what kind of a fucking horrific fucking thing would that be if Chappelle would have gotten killed? It would have been catastrophic to, comedy number one.
Well, yeah.
And the entertainment field, period, that this guy gets killed on stage. A legend like him. He's become a legend, Chappelle. I was watching this program of Chappelle, his first time, like, going out and marketing for, like, going out and putting himself out there. The new movie he was in, which was called something Men in Tights. What the fuck was that movie again back in the day?
Tights.
Yeah, it was called Robin Hood Men in
Tights.
Tights.
The dude from,
yeah.
What's it called? From fucking Princess Bride.
Yes, and that was his first movie. Basically, I think his first movie where he had, like, a main role in it.
Yeah, I forgot he was in that.
Yeah, and this is back in 1993. Okay, so Chappelle is no new guy to this, or even just in the 2000s. This dude's been around, 35 years almost, right? And never before has that happened to him. I don't think he's ever been at a place that's happened to somebody. But, this dude got up and I mean, God only knows why this guy would do what he did. But it shows you that now in the world, things are getting to the point where things like that happen, man. And, it's happening more and more. Look at that girl that was killed on stage a couple of years ago. You know what I mean? She was up on stage. She got shot in the head. Then they shot the manager. They killed the fucking manager. Then they killed a couple other people. Or it was one guy who did it all, and he was just up there shooting people left and right. Nobody. Some people tried to approach him to get the gun off him, and they got killed too. And it's like, when you got
a few years ago.
Yeah, this was a couple of years ago. And when you got a madman up there, I mean, it would have been horrific if Chappelle got killed. And Chappelle is the top of the game at this point.
Well, he's one. I don't care for his comedy so much now, but he's like still one of the arguably greatest comics of all time.
Yeah, and I agree with you on that. I don't so much care for his comedy now. It's the Chappelle overall that I love. Like his time on the Chappelle show, and, all that shit. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not that I don't like what he does now. It's just
some of it's funny, but
some of it is. But some of it is kind of like as good as what other comedians are doing. Chappelle used to be separated from all comedians for me back in the 2000s because I loved him so much. I followed everything he did, and now it just seems like he has so many shows and he's out there so much that he has to create so much material. So you're not hearing him say the same old shit. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like it's watered down in a sense because it's so much. And that's the way I look at Chappelle. He's always going to be a legend to me, and I'll tell you, if he got killed yesterday, it would have been fucking horrific for comedy, for entertainment, and just it would have been horrible. It would have been a horrible thing. So thank God the guy's all right. I mean, I really, really mean that,
Who do you think is the top, who would you say is the top current comic right now? Who would you say is number one? Like, just the best comic pound for pound right now?
Top current comic. I would the top current comic. That's a fucking. I mean, you can go with so many. You can go with a couple of different guys, I guess.
No.
A lot of people would put Chappelle like in that area.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like I'm an old school guy. For the most part.
No.
But Chris Rock has always been like a legend to me, and he's like one of the guys that are up there as far as like, living comedians that are fucking great in my eyes.
Yeah.
I like what's his name, the fucking dude from Boston, Burr.
Bill Burr is legitimately the best comedian today, hands down for me. That dude is so. Yeah, every special is fucking amazing.
I think he's probably like 1 or 1A. Because he is really fucking amazing, and the guy he's actually going now for the first time, and he's can you send me those photos? This guy, he's going for the first time, and he's gonna sell out fucking Fenway Park, bro, and
Jesus,
it's very hard to believe, but here is the gun that was on stage at the Chappelle show. This is the actual photo of the gun. Gun knife, handgun knife. Okay, this thing looks like it was put together. What? No, it's not really a gun, but it looks a lot like a gun, right? And it has the knife on the end of it right there, as you can see the blade on the end. And you get a good look at it there. That's the blade on the end, and then this is the photo that goes with it, where it closes up. And the blade is stuck right there on the side of the gun right there. Obviously, this gun looks plastic or made of something else, but like just to know that this guy... And now there are people that make plastic guns, right? That shoot, okay? That shoot.
Yeah, Glocks.
Yeah. And that knife, God only knows if that knife was actually sharp enough, and it could have been, even in it being plastic or a polyurethane, like one of those polymers or like one of those hard things that don't get rung up on a fucking on a metal detector, right? So, God forbid, man. I mean, we could have had this guy. I don't know why he didn't stab him with what he had or anything like that, but thank God he didn't, man. Or else this would have been a whole different fucking situation.
Yeah, it would have been no bueno.
Yeah, so it's fucked. But yeah, back to your top comedians. I definitely think Burr is one of the best. And like I said, he's going to sell out fucking Fenway Park. He's the first comedian to ever play that park, and which I have no clue why. No other comedian that has come out of Boston never thought about playing Fenway Park.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I love Burr, dude. He's a big sports guy.
Yeah, he is. And he covers everything you love. You know what I mean? He does. He covers all the shit that we love, I mean, I know Chappelle does too, but listen, for me, Burr's, he's on another level right now. You know what I mean? He's on another level.
Yeah, he just, like, dude, you watch him on interviews, and he just, the shit he says, he just does
Oh,
not...
God, I know. His interviews are the best. Dude, they had him on the Boston Red Sox game the other day. I watched the whole interview he did because he was talking about, selling Fenway out, He's great.
Yeah. The fuck? Shit.
Oh, that was my fucking, my thing there, but...
I was like, did Siri just fucking...
But I mean, listen, if you want to name you want to name other comedians and shit. Obviously, there's some great comedians out there and shit. Like
Seinfeld's still great.
Kevin Hart, I consider he's good. I love Kevin Hart. He's still good to me. I mean, and like all the old comedians, obviously, like Don Rickles was fucking just amazing, and Rodney, and
great. Do you know who's so You know who's overrated? I got a few overrated comics. Bill Hicks.
Yeah, I agree.
All fucking time.
But Bill Hicks, have you really listened to Bill Hicks though? Like really got deep into him?
Yeah, he was preaching something, but he wasn't funny.
Yeah.
Like he was saying some knowledge, but I put him in the same fucking category as what's that one old motherfucker that died? Fucking
Carlin?
Yeah, Carlin. Like, yeah. Carlin wasn't funny, but Carlin spoke truth.
Truth, yeah. And it was funny. The truth he spoke was, like, made it funny that he would even put the two together. And, my favorites...
He didn't have me in stitches, though, but he was saying shit that was, like, I respected and I could listen to this.
Okay, but listen to this. What comedians left you where you couldn't even fucking breathe? And I'll tell you who those were for me.
Bill Burr, Chappelle.
All right, I'll tell you who those were for me, bro. Like, me, yeah. It was Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, like, Eddie Murphy.
In his day, he was fucking hilarious, Eddie Murphy. Yeah, I mean, the shit he
Eddie
said.
Murphy? Yeah.
God damn, he was fucking great. And
Richard Pryor, dude.
You know what? I liked Richard Pryor, but I wasn't huge on Richard Pryor because it was before my era when he was doing stand up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I watched a lot of his old shit. And
I did too,
it was good.
And I found it really good. But like, I just think like Eddie Murphy just blows him away for me. Maybe
Eddie Murphy was pretty fucking hard hitting. Was it on Sunset Boulevard? Was that what it was? The one he had that was really big?
I guess, well, it was Raw and...
Or was it Raw? Yeah.
Yeah, it was something else. The other one was called something else like that. But back in the, early 80s, and he just fucking... That dude was just the shit for me. Because I just grew up with him, and he was just the fucking legend to me. And,
Hilarious.
I love Dice. I always loved Dice, Sam Kinison was another guy that I fucking... Yeah. Kinison was like a legend to me. And Jim Carrey, dude, when Jim Carrey actually did stand-up, he was fucking hilarious, Jim Carrey. And you don't really think of him as a stand-up guy, but he was funny. He was funny.
I never watched his comedy. I fucking hate Jim Carrey.
What about Louis Black?
Yeah. Wait, Lou Black, the motherfucker always screaming?
Louis Black, he's always pointing with his fingers. He's always like, the problem with,
He's just one of those screaming comics, kind of like fucking Rogan. Like, I fucking hate
How'd
Rogan.
you like Norm Macdonald?
Norm, I love Norm.
Yeah?
I love Norm because he had this style to him.
What about Dave Attell?
Dave Attell was good.
He's fucking great, Dave Attell. I think he's one of the most underrated guys, Dave Attell. Like, that never really, blew up to prominence because of, like, I don't know, maybe because he sounds too Jewish or something, or I don't know. Maybe. It's like something held him back because he was a funny fuck. When he used to do that Insomniac show that he had back in the day, was a great show on Comedy Central, where you get to know people and all that shit. It's a fucking great show.
Oh God, you know who's not funny? Women comedians. I fucking hate women comedians.
Well, there was that one chick that was fucking funny as hell that would always be on the Stern show back in the day, and she would like say raunchy shit.
But that's why they just never found them funny, because it's all the same shit. They all just talk about their pussy at some time. They're like, "Oh, my pussy's so big." It's like, all right, well. Okay, your pussy's big.
A lot of them did do that. Yeah, I mean, you're right about that. And she definitely did the one I'm talking about. Like, she used to talk about black guys being in her all the time. Like, it was like this big fucking joke. Like, okay, you're into black guys. Like, that's supposed to be funny in its own. Like, what's so bad about that? Like, that's like that skit that I saw the other day where on Family Guy it shows Doc, Back to the Future, and he pulls up to Marty. And he's like, Marty, you gotta come with me. We got a problem. And Marty's like, what's the matter, Doc? What's the problem? And he's like, get in the car, you and your girlfriend. I gotta tell you what's wrong. And they get him in the car, and he starts to fly away. And he's like, so what's going on, Doc? And he's like, Marty, it's your daughter. And he's like, what? He's like, she married a black guy. And he's like, and he goes like this. He goes, that's okay. I'm kind of okay with that. Like, I really don't have a problem with that. And he looks at his girl, and she's like, neither do I. And he was like, and the Doc was like, well, okay, I guess. And he's like, yeah, I really don't want to hang out with you anymore. And that was like the end of the scene.
Yeah, it sounded like that. You know, black guy invented peanut butter?
Yeah, dude, it was so fucking funny because I'm like, oh, God, that was fucking great. Marty, you got to get back in time. There's a problem with your kids. I always wondered what the fuck that was when I was sitting there for 4 years waiting for the next one to come out. Like, what the fuck could possibly be going on with his fucking kids? What kind of shit are they into that this guy's got to come back into the future, the day after they just got done, saving the world practically, Fucking, they'll never make movies like that ever again, dude. Never again. It just will never be like that, We were talking about movies the other day and how they make them like, how they made them in the old days and how they're trying to go back to that old way of making movies, some of the directors. And their movies are actually coming out pretty damn good, with a retro feel to it and shit,
Yeah.
They don't use like those crazy special effects because, like, let's face it, yes, the special effects are great in movies, and some of these movies wouldn't even make it without those special effects, but some of them are just way over the top. Like, for instance, that car movie, what is it? Fucking not Need for Speed. Fucking those movies with Vin Diesel.
Oh, fucking the Fast and Furious.
Yeah, like the Fast and Furious that came out, the first like 3 or 4 of them was like, imported cars. And it was like in the mid 2000s when imports were like blowing up all over the place. Yeah. Like, certain companies were coming out with import cars that you could change all these things factory, but it still felt like an import. And like, I mean, it was like the genre was huge, right? And all of a sudden, years later, now you look at that movie and it's like these guys are flying in outer space now in cars in the movie. And it's like, really? Is that where we are now? That you got to add that CGI of 2 dudes driving a car in outer space now?
That's how that shit goes. Wait, I stand corrected real quick. It was Spartan King, Joan Rivers. Rivers.
Well, yeah, she was
a fucking,
Dude, she had the Tonight Show. That's how fucking funny she was.
She was.
Carson was like, listen, when I'm out and I'm sick, I want her doing the show. And like for a woman to be in that, and she wasn't only talking about her pussy because obviously she was on like network TV. She couldn't mention shit like that, those cheap jokes that'll make anybody laugh. Yeah. She had to actually like come up with real deal fucking material to get you to laugh, And she did. Yeah. She did. She's definitely, if I would say, you know what, she's better than some of the guys that are on that top 50 list of all time. At
her prime, yeah. She I'd say she would be top fucking 15.
Yeah. Definitely. Definitely.
So, did you like those Fast and Furious movies?
Like I not really, man. I watched a couple of them.
The first 1 or 2 weren't bad. They weren't serious, but after that, it just got really stupid.
Yeah, like for instance, like I said, like these 2 guys are flying around in a car with rockets on the back of it in outer space with helmets on, and I'm like, you know what? Like maybe this jumped the shark a little bit. They're kind of like you run out of fucking. When it first started, it was great because, like I said, it was that genre, it was that time of like those imports and like everybody owned one and fucking. It was what was going on. So, yeah, it built around it. Nice. And you know what? I think Fast and Furious also added on to people going out and buying those imports at that point. And, like, they were so popular at that point. I think the movie had a lot to do with that. But it kind of, like, lost its luster in a way because, obviously, they're flying cars to the fucking moon now in the movie. So, and then you get The Rock and then you get fucking, and John Cena and this guy and that guy into the movie. It's like, all right, now you're getting a little too carried away.
Yeah, I got a little fucking stupid.
Yeah. That's what some of these things do, like Star Wars and like all these, His things is like you're getting a little too carried away, man.
Well, it is May the 4th. Everyone says May the 4th be with you.
May the 4th be with you today. Yeah, I know. I was saying that before.
I've never seen a piece of pussy. May the 4th be with you.
Hey, those guys are getting laid now. Like that's what they're saying. That all the geeks that were geeks in the 80s and 90s are now looked at as like the cool guys who are into computers.
It's true because I watch some cam chicks and you see these smoke shows with like this nerdy fucking dude who looks like Napoleon Dynamite, and I'm like, what the fuck happened?
God.
Like fucking 15 years ago, this guy wouldn't sniff a piece of pussy.
Yeah, because you know why? Because they know how to set everything up for those chicks that are like, hey, just set everything up for me and like get me going and I want to make money and blah blah blah. So they're like, well, I know how to do it. Will you date me? She's like, yeah, I'll stick you, I'll keep you around because you're not you're my tech guy. So,
I mean, like I love Star Wars growing up with it, but I was never one of those fanatical people like some people get. Like some people get fucking psychotic fanatical.
I mean, I had all the toys, not all of them, but I had, the toys.
Lightsaber shit like that. Yeah, of course, it's normal.
Yeah.
Like look at that one poor bastard who played fucking Anakin Skywalker in that in the prequel. And, like, fans ruined this guy's life.
Yeah, I heard.
Because he's a little kid and he's not fucking Darth Vader. And they fucked with him so bad that he turned to a degenerate, druggy criminal.
Oh, he did. I know. I saw that, man. He did, dude. He was like, yeah. He was all fucking, like, strung out and shit. And
like, what do you do? He's a little kid.
I know. Like, what the fuck do you expect? You want
to blame somebody, blame fucking Lucas for the stupid shit dialogue and the stupid plot holes in all the fucking movies he made.
Yeah, seriously.
Fucking bitch fucking dies of a broken heart. My heart's broken. My husband force choked me with his dick. I can't live. It's like, shut the fuck up, bitch. Fucking deserve to fucking die.
So today, to get to a little bullshit.
Yeah, let's get to.
So today, fucking Filthy is on playing his video games, right?
Yeah.
And guess who's in the chat? The old scunty one. Right? He's in his chat. Going like, yo, man, can I play that game with you? Like, number one, you don't own a fucking system, number one. You don't own a fucking system and you're not playing video games. So that's number one. Like, why are you fucking with the guy? He doesn't even bother with you. Meanwhile, Scott makes comments about Filthy the other night about, like, he censored himself because he made that remark about me. Like, no, Filthy has no clue what you're doing, what you've said, what you've done, because nobody fills him in on it, and he don't go looking for it. He doesn't know what channel you are on. He doesn't know what you're saying or doing. So Filthy is ignoring him in his chat, and he's like, what? I thought we squashed the beef. And it's like, when Filthy told me about this, he's like, what beef did I even have with this fucking guy? Like, I don't even know. Like, I don't even have a beef with him. Like, yeah, we don't fuck with you. I don't fuck with you. We've had a past. I barely even spoke to you then. And, like, I don't know what you're doing now. As much as you think I mean, this guy thinks everybody revolves around him. I mean, everybody.
Fucking... Dude, so you tell me that's funny because I pop in Filthy's chat once in a while when he games.
Yeah, so then he starts going after fucking what's his name?
What?
He starts going after Derek Hans.
Yeah, Derek's
in the chat.
The other person I ever see in there. For what?
I don't know. And Filthy tells me he goes, I'm ignoring him, and then after a while, he just goes after. Oh, we got the goon chiming in.
Happy birthday to me. Gonna boot up my PS5 and give myself the gift of multiple hard-earned sandwiches.
Holy shit.
I don't recommend bulking up like Nick told Year. Hansel and Gretel that toothpick.
Oh, what he's... Yo, well, happy birthday to you, Goon. One and only Goon. Happy birthday, brother. Everybody send him some birthday love, bro. The Goon.
Yeah, happy birthday.
OG.
Fuck your PS5, though, you fucking piece of shit.
The OG Goon. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Goon. But yeah, so he was in his chat and he's like, I'm ignoring him. And then he starts going after Derek Hans for no fucking reason. And I'm like, I don't know, dude. Like, I have no clue. He's like, what's his issue? And I'm like, dude, he makes videos all day every day. Like all I said was a joke about a tattoo, right? Because he's sober. Speaking of Drew the other night, and he goes off on this 12 fucking minute video about like me and all these different things. Like it's like, dude, fucking, you can't even take that little bit of a pop towards you. You got to fucking go psycho mode.
Like, I'm going to be a bit of a C-man here, and I'm going to talk about it. I know I said I don't really talk about Scott, but, like, Wire was reviewing him today, and Dave was a little bit. And it's like, when you don't hear crazy for a while, and then you hear it, you're kind of in awe of, like, how this dude keeps going. And it's like,
my God.
Haven't you taken a fucking hint, you dummy? Like, literally nobody gives a shit about you.
No, like filthy...
I saw Dave looking at his channel with his videos. You get less views than fucking Vikings. You're more irrelevant than fucking Vikings. That should give you a hint, Scott. Like, dude, if I had less views on my videos than fucking Scott, I would fucking off myself. I would cock myself. Like, I couldn't deal with it. Dude, I couldn't deal with it. That would be so goddamn depressing.
Yeah.
And I listened to him today talking about how he prays to a fucking dream catcher. I'm like, are you serious? Yeah, I worship a dream catcher, bro.
Dude,
dreams that I have at night.
And he also says constantly, like, I know you hate that I'm sober, and I know, like, I don't give a fuck that you're sober. I actually think you were doing better when you were drunk because you actually had a place, money, a job, and a life out on your own, and you weren't in your parents' house. So I think obviously going to rehab might have fucked you up more than it helped you, because now it's like you're taking 5 steps backwards, to be honest. You're in your parents' house. You're living in your parents' house. You have no money. You can't get a car. You can't fucking, like, do you really have a job? Who knows? Like, and you don't go out. You don't do dick. At least when you lived and you were drinking, you fucking had money. You went out. You were doing things. You were fucking, like,
entertaining, dude.
Like, what the fuck?
Look at Stephen King when he stopped doing coke. Boring, dude. Boring. Dog shit. Like dog shit. It's like, dude, you need your fucking muse.
Yeah, and you know, it's like, yeah, I might fall into your trap every once in a while and say something because I get pissed off if I hear something or that's not true, which everything out of his mouth is not true, and he's speculating on so many things. And then he goes, and I give everybody the truth, and I keep proving it. It's like, what do you prove? Because you're saying it does not prove anything. Because you play a fucking dumb video that's already on a person's channel, and then you put it up against another video, doesn't mean that you proved anything. And that's why people don't rebuttal your shit and don't back you, because you don't prove anything.
Dude,
in your mind, you do.
I can't watch it. Like, there's literally no way to get through to this guy. There's no way to rebuttal.
No, because he'll never understand that he's the guy who looks like shit no matter what he says. No matter what he says.
Like, I didn't make him do the things he did. Nobody made him. He said some shit, like Wire was playing, where everyone betrayed me. I gave my heart to everybody, and they all turned their back. It's like, what the fuck drugs are you on?
And it's like, how can you justify going on a Filthy's thing and going, can I play with you, bro? Like, what do you think Filthy's going to turn around and go, yeah, come and play with me, bro. Fuck Ken. Like, what are you, that stupid? I know it works on, like, maybe 3% of people that you approach might turn around and be like, fuck Ken, I haven't heard from him in 7 months, so you don't give a fuck about me. Yeah, Scott, what's up? But that's not going to work on one of my best friends, you psychotic fucking weirdo. My friend was like, why is this guy stalking me in my chat like he wants to blow my cock? Bro, I thought we squashed the beef. Bro, can I play with you? Like, who the fuck says that? Who says that shit? You know what I mean?
I guarantee you he's rocking himself to bed tonight with his fucking dream catcher. Filthy's obsessed with me. Filthy fucking mentioned
Meanwhile,
me.
Yeah, he says this thing about Filthy a couple of weeks ago, and he's like, you know, oh, Filthy said that because he knows that I call him out and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, I'm laughing my ass off like, dude, you really are one retarded fucker, bro. Like, if you really think that, I got a bridge to sell you in Brooklyn, you fucking idiot. Like, you really are a mopey fucking, it's sad. It is sad that I can go and say one thing about a joke about a tattoo and boom, there's 14 videos about it. I love it. Yeah. I love it.
Oh,
now.
no, there's going to be videos about this. And I'm not going to watch a single one.
Of course.
Is the beautiful thing about it. But he's going to get it all out. He's going to get his emotions out. He's going to talk about my diary and say,
guess who's calling in?
Emotional you are. While he's being emotional, and I'm not going to listen because I don't care.
Guess who's calling in?
I don't. Oh, Wire.
Yeah, yeah, of course. Of course. It's YR. It's YR. YR, I see.
crawled back into the crevice of the community after a little break.
He's been hitting you pretty hard.
Hey,
too.
what's up?
What's up? What's up, man?
We know, yeah, he's been hitting me hard, and then I don't know if you heard, but hey, Nicky Nines, how you doing, brother?
Oh, hi, long time no talk.
Well, I don't know. Well, I did call into Mars' show last night with Nicky on there. It was nice, and then today, I don't know if everyone's heard, but I did call into Dave Rose's show today. He was doing a power trip.
And you know what? Everything Dave Rose says about Scott is right, dead on, accurate, truthful shit that he says about Scott. Like, he's dead on with it. He's dead on with it.
And that's what I told. And Dave answered my call, right? And I don't have to explain blah 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 the obvious and everything, but I was like, Dave, obviously I stand with you and everything, like you said, Ken. With Scott, bro, there's no fucking no. You know what I'm saying? I obviously am on the
like
the
he
side
says he
of
wants
not-
to be
of not
forgiven.
him, so.
He says he wants to forgive and forget and move on and do our own thing. Okay, go ahead. Like, what's stopping you? Because somebody fucking mentions you or says something like a tattoo thing? That's what, like, because he's like, oh, here goes Ken again starting his shit. Meanwhile, all I said was a joke about a tattoo. That's it. Out of a 4-hour stream.
So here's the deal. I've been covering it, the past 48 hours. So he did a whole 45-minute video on you, which I didn't cover that because he was saying nasty, like bad shit, but I covered everything else basically, right? And he's basically saying, remember when about a year and a half ago, Nicky, you know this too, about a year and a half ago, before the rehab stuff, before he started coming on video and actually showing his face and all that, but he was still like screenshotting chats and writing in the chats under his alt accounts. He had me and Ken and maybe a couple other people's addresses that he was sending to, or Simo sent to him. It was a message between him and Simo with our addresses. And what I called at the time the blueprint of the community, the blueprint of doxing for the community. And everyone was like, yeah, everyone saw that screenshot, obviously. And after that happened, because it was on one of his videos he posted publicly. And then when he swipes over, one of the swipes was that conversation with him and Simo, with our addies in there. So, he was trying to say like, oh, I never, blah, blah, blah. I mean, everything's there out there. Everyone knows there's no one's going to wake up and start worshiping and supporting Scott overnight. Like, everyone... He just not like Nicky Nine is right. He'll never get it. There's no getting into his head like, bro, we don't want nothing to do with you, blah blah blah. Obviously, there's a time we're gonna respond. We're gonna respond at some point. We can go 2, 3 weeks, 4 months, 6 months.
Oh, dude, I don't even respond.
We know when to
I
turn
want
it
to.
off.
Like, I don't care because I'm not gonna pay attention to it because, dude, like, it's such a fall from grace.
Yeah.
Like, that dude used to have, like, some kind of fucking power, and Jesus Christ, has that been taken away?
And he also says, oh, that's Ken's worst nightmare, to see me with a bunch of people or some power in this community. It's like, no, dude, I saw you with power already. I know what you do with it. You squander it. You squander support and power.
What bunch of people?
You squander it.
Who would be in his fucking chat is fucking Simo, that fucking jackoff, Sean's View, and Carlos Ray.
Yeah, but
like,
even when he had,
but
even when he had a good amount of people, like, maybe a handful or 12 or a dozen, whatever, a couple of dozen, you know what? It was like, I couldn't give a fuck, bro. I don't care where people go and what they do. If they wanted to support you, that's fine. I didn't hate on them. I don't give a fuck what they do. If they, you know what? And you squandered that. You're the one who can't handle that. You can't handle that. You because you worry too much what everybody else does. You worry too much what all of us do. Who's it? My wife's in a chat today. Meanwhile, I don't even know that YR is live. Okay, I'm at work. I'm doing my thing. I don't even know YR is live. My wife's in your chat. She makes one comment. Boom! He makes a video.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And it's like, oh, can't wait for Ken to jump on here and join the call with his best friend, Young. And see, in his head, he's thinking, yeah, Ken set this up, and Ken's right there thinking the same thing that YR is thinking. And watch Ken call in and watch, and right away, and because I think it, that means it's true. And once again, no, it's not true. I didn't even know YR was on, you dumb fuck, because that's what you do. You jump to conclusions constantly, and then you act like, it's proof. I showed the proof of it because I thought of it. It's like, no, dude, you don't prove shit, ever. You never prove anything. And if you did, you'd have more people rebuttaling what you were saying and on your side. But guess what?
Yes.
Bah, you don't. You don't.
Nah.
Motherfucker.
Motherfucker.
And can I make a statement about, recently I let a couple people go, whatever, and no one's telling me to do that. Ken's never, came to me behind the scenes or whatever. He's never had a problem with, obviously, if I pulled like Scott on, then everyone universally would obviously.
Well, dude, that's
problem,
another thing that Scott says, that I go to people and try to tell them to take certain videos down that they have up. That's another thing that it's you know what? Show me the proof that I do that. Go to these people that take their videos down or do anything and ask them, instead of making that assumption that I take stuff down and then reporting on it for 45 videos straight. You know what I mean? Because you're wrong. And every time you're wrong and people know the truth, you make yourself look like a bigger and bigger asshole. Just like Dave says. Everything Dave says about him is so accurate, it's not even funny.
Yes.
It really is. It really is, man. Tons of shit that is just... He goes and puts other shit up the other day of like, this and that, and I wonder who this person's talking about. And that you worry too much about everybody else, motherfucker. Get off dicks, bro. You ride dicks hard, bro. You ride them hard.
It's on the level to where Dave has brought back Power Trip, so that should tell you. Okay. The manic, how Scott is like at this point with the tons, 45 videos in 45 minutes, and it's just, ridiculous.
Yeah. Speaking of dick riding, wasn't there some news about fucking old Daniel MT? Like I heard there was some shit that happened.
It's some.
It was a whole shit that was going on with him, with like, where he called into Cronin and was having this little talk with Cronin about people in the community who manipulate and treat like shit and talk shit behind backs, and like I'm the one going around telling people I'm gonna kill them, right? But I'm worse than him all of a sudden, right? Because I call out the truth. But anyway, he goes on there and tries to act like, and this person says this, and I'm not going to say any names, the fat, greasy fuck, and I'm not going to say, oh, you know what, Joe? I got to go because I have to speak to my brother because I'm getting a phone call right now. And you know what? He might have thought that Tommy was calling him at that time, because Tommy obviously called him while he was on Joe's show talking shit about either me or someone else, right? And Tommy calls him, so the first thing that jumps into his mind was...
How much to kick year?
Year's leaving anyway in a minute, but
No. We're selling them. Okay, we're selling them. All right, how much? $1, 5 cents, 5 cents.
King dollar. But listen, he was like, saying all that shit. I forgot what I even fucking said now at this point.
Jesus Christ! All right, I was
just saying shit. Danny's saying that you were.
He came on and tried to make it sound like I was calling Tommy, who then was calling him to say, why are you talking shit about Ken when I didn't even... Same thing with Skunt. Thinks that I'm going to jump on the show and I'm paying attention. I'm in the chat and I'm, no, I'm not there. I didn't even know about it. I didn't even know that he was talking shit about me, and nor could I give a fuck what Danny MT says, because what he says is harmless. It really is. But when you come on and you start talking shit like that and making up false narratives that Ken's calling Tommy and Tommy's calling me to and you know what, he might have even believed that that's what was going on. But as soon as he answered the phone and Tommy told him, no, Ken has nothing to do with it. Why are you saying that? He didn't even call me. He doesn't even know I'm calling you. Like, he didn't call me. Why don't you turn around and be like, that wasn't him. I understand you could think it might have been, but it wasn't. It wasn't me. But yet you still go with this narrative, and then of course Joe flies away with it and fucking, So there was that the other day, but
I don't even know why Danny even says anything. That's another one of those dudes that just doesn't know how to shut the fuck up and mind your own business.
And honestly, I haven't said shit about Danny in weeks, nor give a fuck what he was saying about me, and I haven't spoken to Tommy about him in weeks either. Tommy has not approached me or said anything, and I haven't done that to him. So it's like off the fucking radar. Why are you worrying about why are you on there about all these other fucking sickos in the community? And you know what? I love you, bro, because me and you will be such friends after this show. And even if I didn't have this show, we'd dude, stop. If Scott calls out so many fake friendships that I and other people in this side of the community have, how come you don't call out that? How come you don't fucking make videos on that? How come Simo don't make videos on that or talk about that fake shit? You know what I mean? How come these guys don't talk shit about that? Because it's convenient to talk shit about Ken, right? Because you love Joe and you want to fuck Joe so bad. Or you're either working for him. I don't know which one it is.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. I honestly believe Danny and fucking Tommy are fucking genetic twins or some shit. They both share the same fucking chromosome.
Yeah, so that was that whole fucking thing that was going on, but so
no,
fucking
it
boring.
is weird. Like I don't get why the guy even says anything. It's like he's another one of those dudes that if he didn't just like no.
Oh no, it was
come on.
It's ballsy. It's ballsy. The Bolsonator.
It's ballsy. Tipped $5. Fuck off. Go do your gay little streams with love.
Jesus. All right. So YR, you got anything else you want to say or no?
That was all. I appreciate you taking my call.
Yeah.
And Nicky Nines, you are the only person in this community with a spine. Never forget that.
Apparently, I guess. I don't know. Yeah,
and
sure.
I am doing shows on Scott, and that's just how it's going to be right now. And I called Dave Rose the show, so eat that one up. Community. Thank you.
Here come the cops for YR.
What's C-Man gonna think of that?
I didn't say anything bad about them or nothing like that.
Oh, yeah?
When it comes to Scott, I'm on Dave Rose's side. When it comes to Scunty, thank you. So, God bless everyone.
Like,
I'll be
dude,
live late night.
Yeah.
Later tonight.
All right, dude. Peace out, bro.
Bro, thank you.
All right, man. Honestly, Scott's sitting there, and dude, you know what one of his things is? He's on there playing how many times we did this joke the other night where we were going, we were doing this shit, and it's like, I know pizza's so simple. Like, nobody's even listening to you or that gives a fuck your little stupid shtick you're doing, bro. Nobody gives a fuck your little stupid dance. Nobody cares. Nobody comments. Nobody gives a fuck. Nobody helps you out or rebuttals what you have to say. Nobody backs you up. Nobody cares, dude. Like, go fade into oblivion already, bro. Like, that's what you are.
I can't, man. Like, I can't. Like, I can't care what he does. I can't care what certain people here do because it's like, there's just people that are never going to change.
No.
There's people that are always going to be what they are. They're why I don't have anything to do with
Minnesota Vikings was calling in while Young was on. I'm not adding 15 people to one call, so I didn't take your call at that moment because YR was on. If you want to call back in, I don't know what you want to talk about.
I'm sure he's gonna come in. Oh, you cocksucking motherfucker! He's gonna have to take some nitroglycerin to make sure he doesn't fucking keel.
I don't know what he could possibly want to mention. Shit. If maybe he wants to mention something about the topic that we're talking about.
I know what he wants to do. He wants to come on here and fucking get smacked for being a fucking retard.
Oh, he's still got shit with you?
Probably. Who fucking knows? I don't even know why he had shit with me.
I don't even know why either.
Like, I didn't even perplexed. I'm like,
I didn't even get involved. I had nothing to do with it. I've been paying attention to my own shit. I have shit going on, behind the scenes with my own shit, my own life. So I don't even know what the fuck was his.
I wouldn't even have known if Wire didn't fucking post the video on his stream. Like, I legitimately would not have known.
That's the same thing about me.
I don't
dude,
look at Vikings channel.
Dude, that's the same thing with me. Like, I would not have even known that Scott said half the shit he said if I didn't hear it on a replay or somebody sent it to me. I wouldn't give a fuck. I wouldn't hear about it. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. Like, it's like, nobody cares, bro. Nobody gives a fuck what you have to say. Nobody cares. Like, figure that out and go fuck yourself. Like, get a clue. Get a fucking clue.
Yeah. Is it Vikings calling in, or is he?
I
hope he calls in and acts stupid. I swear to fucking Christ, I hope he does.
Maybe he was just trying to call in to fuck with YR. I don't know, but I'm not putting people on multiple times so they can get in arguments. We're trying to do a show.
I'll just check Vikings stream. He'll probably have episode 300 of whatever shit is, and he'll just be playing your stream the whole time and call that the episode.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, he's calling in now, so.
All right, okay, let's hear it.
Here we go, Minnesota Vikings fan.
What up? Well, it was the one thing I wasn't calling in because it's the only way that me and YR were going to cross paths, and I wanted to light the motherfucker up.
Yeah, I didn't want to do that on the show.
Why, you didn't come in to grovel, to beg the Nines forgiveness?
Oh, well, that's the second thing on the table, but...
All right, let me polish my ring. Hold on, get my ring out. Okay, there we go. I'm ready.
Granted, I have formally apologized on the stream, but again, I will apologize to you, Nicky Nines. I am sorry. The legendary Minnesota Vikings fan will bow down to you.
Well, that was fucking anticlimactic. God damn it. Vikings, you're supposed to call in and talk shit.
What were you mad about, dude?
Even though I feel like we're all equals on this planet, and that's really what it's about. But that,
well, yeah.
in
The grand scheme of things, yeah, we're all fucking equals. But when I'm talking about shit in the fucking community, it's just the shit in the community. Like, I'm sorry you get offended when I think that certain people are weird here, and it's a weird condoned thing here. Like, it just is. Like, I've never seen a fucking wretched hive of fucking scum and villainy before like this place. I just never have.
Well,
I'm flexed by it.
The fucking scum has really piled in the last 3 years. It's gotten a lot deeper. It wasn't that bad. Before you ever were around, it never was just fucking getting this deep, dude. It's just, there's so much shit in the community now. I understand where you're coming from, dude. You don't think, I've talked about how I'm fucking disgusted with the shit, too, that goes on, you know? But fucking, how am I supposed to change it? What are we supposed to do?
It was easy. It was like, dude, changing this shit was easy from day one, and it should have started with fucking Joe. Like, it literally should have. He should have saw people like fucking Scott, and he should have said, you know what, this dude's got something wrong. This is not gonna be good, and just fucking ignored him, because he wouldn't have went anywhere. Like, that's legit.
The last battle that me and fucking Cronin had, I called him out on that. I said he needed to cut the head off the fucking serpents. And I was talking about Scunty and shit, and he knew that. And he's like, Bill, I tried to. But then everybody was calling and hanging out with him, and we were buddy with him, and he just started running his shit, which was fucking lies. You know what I mean? As always. Well, but that's like what I told him. I told him that.
Shout out to Tiffany in the chat, and she hasn't been mixed up in any of the drama bullshit for a while, and it's good to take that break and close it down for a while. And I've done that too, but you know what? I still have Scott thinking I'm saying stuff about him or claiming that I'm imitating him, so even when I do keep my mouth shut, I'm still right there in the mix. And to answer what Jacob said, yes, update on my cracked out landlord. Yeah, no, he is not selling my house now, but I'm still getting the fuck out of here, which just gives me more time to, try to purchase a house. And then I heard Scott talking about that too, like, Ken doesn't want to make this his life, but yet wants to buy a studio. Like, yeah, obviously I don't want to do this in my living room. I mean, even a person who is doing this part-time wouldn't want to do it out of their living room. You know what I mean? Like to have an office or a man cave, or the man cave days are done for me, but I just like to have a separate room, separate area. Yeah, I don't have to bother my family.
Yeah, you need a jack station. You need a man cave.
I mean, I would love to have a man cave, but I'm fucking going to be 45 next month. And, I'm like, if I don't have a man cave, that's fine. If I have like an office area where I split some of the area with somebody, or, my wife, and we could do financial stuff in there, and I could also live stream, that's great. God would bless me if he gave me an extra room, right? So that's what I'm talking about, dude. Like, you think way too much. You overanalyze shit, and you guess too many conclusions, bro. I don't fucking hate you as bad as you think I do. Like, I just despise that you have no fucking, like, self-awareness whatsoever for yourself. You can't see, and you know what? You could say that about me. That's fine. That's fine. But I'm not on here trying to prove something to people. You are, obviously. You know what I mean? I don't have to do every show that I do is about Scott or about Joe or about this guy or that guy. I could turn it the fuck off. I don't think you, Scott, can ever turn it off. And that doesn't mean, I posted 15 things from 12 different people on my channel, so that means I shut it off and I just started doing my own fun videos again. No, sorry, doesn't count. I do 9 to 12 hours on a weekend that have nothing to do with you or anybody the fuck else. So when you're sitting there reposting something Alex Jones said a week ago, no, sorry, does not count. Nope, sorry, you don't get the easy route. Sorry. So. And
to go on like what Tim said, it's good to take a break from the drama. And I'm not the biggest fan of it because for me, there's not a whole lot. And I'll come on here once a week with Ken because you dirty fucking savages want it. And I'm fine with giving it to you. Like, for me at this point, it's all about just trying to talk about something that entertains you guys. And that is a topic that entertains people. I don't overly give a shit about it because all these people are fucking weirdos. Like, they all are from the top down. Fucking Joe's fucking... Dude, come on. Like, there's a reason I don't watch or talk... You know what, Viking, shut the fuck up. There's a reason I don't fucking watch or talk about Joe because I can't. Like, it hurts my fucking soul. Like, it just does. Like, it hurts my soul to listen to this shit. It does. It hurts my soul to hear shit like fucking Jesse J on there and fucking Danny. It's like Garguts. It's like, Christ, dude. I'd fucking want to kill myself too. If I had to sit there with these fucking assholes.
Yeah, I don't know, dude.
Fucking, I got rid of fucking Drew and fucking Ken and fucking Dave and fucking JB. I'd fucking have an existential crisis. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it, dude. Like, oh, Jesus, fuck, man.
You know, listen, like, all I know is, you know, the things can be handled the right way, but people don't want to take that step towards that direction. But yet they sit there going, all I want to do is just, you know, make up and move on. I admit my wrongs and I admit when I'm wrong and I do it. But then you go back to doing the same old stupid shit anyway. And it's like, you know, you go back to fucking being that. You know, if you really were this person that, like, Tiffany is saying she is, right, and is at the point in her life now where things are different for her, it's proven because she hasn't been mixed up in any of the bullshit whatsoever for months now. So you know that person not only is saying it, right, but they're walking it. They're walking their talk, right? And you know Tiffany is because you haven't seen anything at all with her involved in anything, right? And she could have been involved in a million fucking different things. Her name was mentioned a goddamn gazillion times. She could have been involved in a million different scenarios, but hasn't been. She's leading by example, right? But then you look at a guy like Scott, who sits there and tells you, I'm a dream catcher and I believe in God now and I'm born again and you should be born again and I should be, and you should listen to this and the Bible and this and that. And you talk the talk, but you don't walk the walk, because if you really did walk the walk, you would say to yourself, I don't give a fuck what anybody says about me anywhere. I know that God loves me and I'm doing the right thing and I don't have to rebuttal anybody. And that's what a true person who walks that fucking path would do. Not what you do. And you could sit there and say it's in defense all you want, but you know just as well as I do, you're hating on motherfuckers and you're a fucking dirty player, because you go on a filthy stream and you sit there and you say, can I play a video game with you? When you know you don't have a fucking video game in the first place, but you just say that to see what he says, to try to pick his brain. So say, oh yeah, you can play with me anytime you want, Scott, I don't have a problem with you. Bang, what happened with Ken? What do I can't be low with this guy? Because you know you go make a video on it 10 minutes later anyway. And that's the type of scumbag you are. You don't walk the walk. You talk the talk, but you don't walk the walk. And you got a girl like Tiffany in there who has done that for months. You haven't seen or heard from her, who's making almost the same type of statement that you make, in the same sense of finding God and moving on and growing up and growing differently and being different. But yet she walks the walk and you don't. And that's the fucking problem. You're on a high horse. You think because you became sober and fixed something that wasn't even broken, that now all of a sudden you're better than everybody. No, you have a past too. And no matter how much you want to rewrite it and retell the stories, it's not going to hide the fact that your head is so fucking far up your own ass that not one person would back you or fucking reiterate what you're saying, because they have no clue what you're saying, because it's mumble jumble lost because you're fighting 20 fucking different people at once.
Yeah. I don't know, man. When he was saying that shit, I'm like listening to him talk about praying to dream catchers, and said he had something like the Eye of Horus or some Egyptian thing so he could try to find his fucking nuts. Still can't fucking find him with that fucking thing. And it's like, I'm listening to him and I'm like, isn't that like worshiping graven images or idols, you fucking idiot? It's like, when I hear people say they fucking believe in God, I'm like, no, you don't, dude. Because if you believed in fucking God, you'd be a completely different person.
But like some people, when you see them say it, like I believe Tiffany because I haven't seen her in weeks or months, like not saying a word about anybody. And I've seen her get down and dirty in this community, right? Just like anybody else, and can do the same things and really get there and say some things that will, you know, and I haven't seen her saying that. Maybe, you know what, I take her for real by saying what she's saying, because, you know what, I've seen it for months. Like if she was in chat talking shit still and like, you know, rebuttaling people and still, you know, getting involved and calling in and talking shit and interacting and fighting, and then she said some shit like that, I would be sitting here like, yeah, well, you know what, like, you know, it doesn't show because you're still in chats and you're still the same person. But because she did take that step and hasn't been around and hasn't, you know, and has enough to say, I believe in this and this so much that I don't need to worry about what other people are saying about me. I don't need to rebuttal it because I know who I am and I know what I am. You know, and that's something. Now, I can understand Scott rebuttaling something that might be detrimental to his life or his job, right? I could understand that because that's what I do in this community. I will only rebuttal the shit that is detrimental. that is fucked up. You know, that is bullshit, because when you sit there and paint pictures to people that support me, that also support Joe, and you sit there and you paint this picture of like Ken's a liar, Ken's a brainwasher, that's why Tommy won't come on to my live streams, and Tommy won't have anything to do with me because this fat greasy fuck manipulates him and everything. I could call Tommy right now and he'll tell you right now on this stream, under no circumstances does Ken tell me what to do or where to go or who to hang out with or who not to hang out with. And I don't go on Joe's show because I don't want to go on his show because I can't stand him anymore and who he is now. That's what Tommy would tell you. I have nothing to do with it. But yet, Danny MT and Tom and Joe will still sit there painting this narrative out there. And that's why I do rebuttal that shit, because it's not just a little simple, hey, fat boy, or the fat greasy fuck from New York, or taking shots at this or that. It's low blows trying to destroy people in the community by undermining them and trying to make them look like I brainwash and I hurt people and I fucking, you know. And it's like, yeah, I'm going to probably rebuttal that when the time is right, you know. But as far as that, why do you care, bro? If you really believe in God and your religion that much that you're preaching to all of us, right? Well, then practice what you preach. Turn around and don't give a fuck don't you think that more people would react to him better if he turned around and didn't give a fuck what anybody was saying about him and just did his own thing? But he can't do it. Can't do it. Can't do it. So
yeah, well, it's just that shit's never gonna change with him. I mean, it's a well, you know, to go to once in a while, but it's just never gonna change.
And
Dude's always gonna be that way.
And
it's his fucking problem.
Don't you think there's a difference between us and him, you and him, me and him?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Do you know what it is? Do you know what the difference is? There's a lot, but I'll tell you one right now. People actually want to hear what I have to say and want to hear what you have to say and want to hear what other people have to say, right? And they want to hear it. And they want to interact. They want to have fun. They want to hear your take on things, or your, you know, way you tell the story, or you do this, right? And nobody wants to fucking hear you, Scott. Nobody wants to hear you because you're sickening. Your voice is sickening. You complain all the fucking time. Nobody wants to hear it, bro. That's why there's nobody backing you. That's why nobody gives a fuck. Nobody cares. All these videos are for nothing. They're for nil, bro. You ain't changing any hearts and minds, bro. Trust me. You ain't. You ain't. And neither is a man that fucking heard or whatever a fucking name is. So, you know, that's like these cocksuckers that lie.
Match made in heaven.
Well, like this bitch is lying in court, lying on the stand, trying to fucking bury an innocent person. You know? Kind of a scumbag is that.
But it is. No. Amanda Heard is exactly what happens when people like fucking Scunty get power.
Yep. They go to take somebody to fuck out.
Can you imagine what kind of fucking havoc that cocksucker would wreak?
Oh, my God. If he had power, bro, oh, my God, bro. He'd be playing games worse than, like, Cronin ever has with anybody. Like, this whole Jake DeMarco thing about, like, him mentioning this Jake DeMarco thing and saying, oh, people are lying about Jake DeMarco, people are lying about this and lying about that. Like, who even mentioned that on air anyway until fucking Joe does about Jake? And let me tell you something, bro. I'm not going to bust anybody out or fucking throw anybody down the river. You know what? Listen, it is what it is. To a lot of people, it looks like Jake don't want to be on with you because of your antics and your bullshit. Okay? That's true, because people think that. And you know what? Some people that interact with certain people have said that that's confirmed. I don't know that for sure. I've heard things. I've heard other things and other people talk that are very close. And you know what? I believe it when I hear that. When I hear something like that, I believe it, because the guy would show up to do wrestling and then he'd have to sit there twiddling his thumbs while you talked about all these other people for fucking an hour and a half. So
what's up with this Jake dude? Like, I don't know much about him other than he's fucking sickly and that he did shit with Joe, and that's it. Like, what the fuck's going on with this?
He's just a guy who's been in the community for a really long time, and he's been friends with a lot of people, and you know, he's done things that people love him for, and you know, he's not really a big of an asshole. He's not that, you know, he's done some questionable shit just like I or anyone else has that certain people could question and say things about. But other than that, the guy's not a bad guy. He's a good soul. I think if everything was stripped away and you were talking to him one-on-one, I think he'd say exactly what a lot of people are thinking. And I honestly feel that way. And you know what? I've actually can confirm that I've kind of heard the same thing trickle down the old grapevine. So you could sit there and try to paint the picture of, you know, all this and that, and he probably is sick, like he's saying he is, and all that. But listen, in the past,
Sorry, dude.
What?
Oh, fuck, ballsy. He said Jake DeMarco just almost dies here and there. It's like,
well, I mean, like in the past, people have said that Jake DeMarco, like, you know, would say it was on the health, but realistically, it was like not wanting to work with the dude anymore. And like maybe it's hard for him to really say that to him, or maybe he's afraid to say that to him where he knows he'll be ripped to shreds for it. So maybe he blames it on his health, and a lot of people have speculated to that. There's been a lot of speculation on that, and if people are asking that question or bringing it up, it's a legit one, because people have been asking that in his chat and on his fucking Discords for a long time, and making those comments like, hey man, maybe it ain't only his health that's keeping him away. A lot of people have said that because it looked that way. It looked that way when Jake would be ready to talk wrestling and get stuck there for an hour and a half talking about someone, you know, that he didn't want to mention, that he wasn't ready to talk about. So, like, you know, like you could sit there and try to say everybody's a liar and everybody's this and everybody's that, but in reality, people see what they see and figure out what they figure out on their own, you know? And it is what it is, man. Like, you know, like I said before, like, you know, you want to sit there and say, you know, I can't feed my kids and I need help with donations to feed my kids, but yet you're playing Diablo on a Sunday night, fucking not worrying about what happens on Monday. Now all of a sudden Monday I need fucking groceries on a Monday. Then if that's the truth, then somebody needs to smack you into place, and you should take care of your kids the right way, because that's the main fucking thing, are your kids. You should have them taken care of at every fucking time. And if it's not that way, well then damn shame on you for lying to these people that would probably give you that money anyway. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, you know, and you know what? I don't want to cover that shit. But as long as I'm being lied about and people are telling, people honestly come to me and say, Ken, are you manipulating Tommy not to go on Joe's show and he wants to go on it? And I'm like, motherfucker. Like, don't you hear him answering that shit on my show all the time? Well, people are saying that he's covering for you and you know, you got to brainwash. Like, come on, man. If I could brainwash people like that, you think I'd be fucking working still? You think I wouldn't have my own house? Or, like, come on. Like, give me a break. You know, this guy Scott is on there saying, listen to this story by Mr. BOOBOO because it's about manipulation and cults and this and that. Like, I run a cult. This guy's actually calling me a cult leader, that I could brainwash people in a cult and tell them what to do and where to go and what to say. Like, that's nuts. That's nuts that he believes that. That's nuts.
Yeah.
You know? It's fucking crazy.
It is definitely one of the stranger things.
Yeah,
I will say that, and that's why I can only pay so much mind before it's like it's just not gonna go anywhere, and it's not gonna go anywhere, and it's like I'm not gonna try to convince the guy. I don't even give a shit. Like, he could fucking sit there and rattle at night with his fucking dream catcher, thinking everyone's obsessed with him when nobody gives him a second thought.
Yeah, and then he thinks like we're all jealous because we mention a tattoo or we mention the hat, and it's like, no, we're not mentioning it because we're jealous. We're mentioning it because you look like a tool bag. I've never heard of anybody who got out of a rehab and a day into sobriety get a tattoo that you're in sobriety. I've never heard of somebody ordering a fucking sober hat because they stopped drinking. Like, I just never heard of it.
Inevitably starts again. Is he gonna fucking scratch the tattoo?
I know you're gonna go out and get not sober tattoo on the other arm. You dumb fuck. Like, I just don't like you look like a fucking tool to me. And if you lived by me and you were doing that, all of us would probably say like, yo, that dude's fucking whacked out. Like, don't even bother with that guy. Like, just he's a weirdo. Like, I mean, you going out and getting a fucking like if one of my friends did that, I'd be like, dude, like, are you fucking out of your mind? You're going to go and get a fucking sober tattoo a day out of being out of rehab? Like,
yeah, no.
You know what I mean? Like, I mean, honestly, I'm not saying that to hate on the guy. I mean, it's just that it's fucking weird to me. It's very weird. Yeah. It's very weird that you get the hat and the tattoo to match. It's just toolish. It's totally fucking like it's some kind of a great thing that you should be, you know, yeah, I quit drinking. Well, why the fuck did you get into drinking problems in the first fucking place? You know what I mean? It's like, you don't need the tattoo in the hat. How about pull up your britches, take care of your problem, and go on in life, okay? We don't need to fucking put a badge on yourself every time you do something. You know? It's just weird to me, man. Sorry. Wasn't brought up that way. It just seems totally like, just like what a fucking tool bag would do. And I'm not saying it because it's Scott. I'm just saying it because of the action itself.
I mean, I think it was pretty weird too. Like, it's like awesome, you got fucking sober, but I mean, you got a long road to fucking go, dude.
Yeah, dude, it's the rest of your life, man. And you break that once, you're going to want to look at that fucking tattoo in your arm? Okay, you're going to keep wearing that hat? I know in his mind, he's probably like, I'll never drink again. I'll never. And maybe he won't. But honestly, I don't even think that was his problem in the first fucking place.
Yeah, he will.
I honestly don't think that was his problem in the first place, dude. His problem is his brain and the chemical imbalance in it and the way that he does things and says things and manic and worries about what everybody's saying and doing in the community. Case in point, my wife's in there for 30 seconds and bang, he's making videos and bang, he's saying, Ken's going to show up because, yeah, of course, Ken's watching because I know he is. And I know. And it's like you jump to these conclusions and then sit there and say, I proved it. And it's like, no, dude, no.
Well, once again, I told the truth. I'm only one who tells the truth in this community. It's like, all right.
It's fucking ignorant, bro. It's fucking just
ignorance.
It's ignorance, dude. It's fucking straight up ignorance.
Oh, fuck him. He could do whatever, man. Like, I just... it's like, all right, well...
God, bro, like this fucking community, dude. Some of the people in this community, man, I mean, like, this guy preaching all this shit to us about being so high and mighty. Why can't you not care what somebody says about you if it's not detrimental to your life? Why can't you care? Why do you care if I sit there and I say, well, look at Drew, he's sober and he doesn't even have the tattoo or hat to match? Like, is that really that bad that you want to fucking make 20,000 videos on me? Really? Really? Because that makes you right there, that action of me saying that tiny minute thing and you making 45 minutes and 40 videos on it makes you look like a psycho. Do you realize that?
Yeah.
I guess not.
Well, no, it's what it is. It's like you're right when you say the alcohol wasn't the problem. It exuberated it, but it wasn't because we've seen you sober and you're still the same fucking psycho.
Dude, Leap and Lizard, bro. He's so fucking funny, Leap and Lizard, bro. He says, he's like, I can still swear that hat says goober, not sober. Oh, that's great. Oh, I swear some of you guys come up with the greatest shit in the world. I swear to God, bro. Oh, man. Yeah, and I don't watch the guy, and I could give a fuck, bro. Like, the only time I hear it is when other people cover it or somebody says, hey, did you hear this? And, like, Filthy came to me today with that shit. Like, dude, like, I don't know what this guy does. I have nothing to do with what he's doing. Why is he saying we squashed the beef? I never even had beef with him anyway. Like, yeah, we had words and shit because you were arguing with him, but, like, I don't sit there and think I have beef with Scott. Like, I could give a fuck what he does or says. Matter of fact, here's Tommy now. Here's Tommy Talks now. Calling in at the end, Tommy Talks. But hey, we'll get Tommy on, and right now we'll ask Tommy straight up. Tommy, you being brainwashed? Because we asked him 55 times a fucking live stream, and he says the same thing. Tommy, am I telling you not to go on Joe Cronin's show?
No.
Tommy, did I call you to bust your balls that Danny MT was talking shit about me on Joe's show Friday night?
No.
Exactly. But you know what?
Yeah, Tommy's really here. I thought you were playing like sound clips of Tom.
No, he's really here. But
okay.
But Joe will tell you that, and he'll keep pushing that narrative through and through and through. And you know what? If Danny figured out, like, oh, wow, maybe it really wasn't that way, and he thought it was, well, you're wrong, Danny. You're wrong. And if I was jumping to conclusions about you, you'd have a fucking problem with it. You know you would. So, anyway, Tommy, what's up? What's on your mind?
Not much, man. Just called in to give some love, and I finally finished the last episode of Sopranos, dude.
Oh, nice.
What, 10 years later?
Yeah, I mean, like, goddamn, like, that show fucking went off air in, what, 07?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not like everybody else. I could actually watch HBO when I was, like, a teenager and a kid.
I didn't know that.
So
you could torrent it.
All right.
So, you know, I just now was able to watch, like, I'm watching Ballers now.
Show sucks.
With The Rock in it, where he plays, like...
I didn't like that show at all. I don't know. It was just lame to me.
Well, is it, like, realistic, or, like, what really happens in the NFL? And
I mean, yeah, I'm sure it is, because, like, that Arliss show that used to be out back in the day was kind of like, you know...
Arliss.
Remember that show? It was kind of like the inside look on the NFL and, like, how things work behind the scenes and all that shit. So kind of is like your modern day, like, Arliss in a way, but I think a lot of that stuff does happen, and a lot of it's fictional. You know what I mean? I think it goes both ways as far as that. But what'd you think about the end of The Sopranos?
I knew what was going to happen because people have showed me.
All right.
But one thing I was mad about, it just really kind of aggravated me, was the fact that, no one realized that the real killer of
You're talking about the movie now? Tommy?
Yeah, the movie. And in the show, no one ever they never put it out there.
Because
Uncle Junior.
Yeah, because
Uncle
some
Junior,
shit that was said on the show is different than what really was said in real life. They said it. They said some of the stuff you heard on the show was lies. It wasn't true. So some of the history you heard was fake in their playbook and the way they did it. That's just that way. Huh?
One thing I'll say about The Sopranos is that, how there's a big debate, best show on television, Sopranos or Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
I've been watching Breaking Bad again, and Sopranos hands down, Sopranos was the best show on TV. Breaking Bad, dude, I watch it and it's hard to get through it because how stupid everyone is on that fucking show. I liked everyone in The Sopranos. I fucking hate pretty much everyone on fucking Breaking Bad.
I thought the same thing as you, man, and said to myself,
I have to disagree with you.
I gave that show a chance, and it just was not even close to The Sopranos, to me.
I have to disagree with you about Breaking Bad. I recently watched all of Breaking Bad and Torino, and honestly, I think that once you watch the first time, you miss a lot, but then when you watch it again, there's a lot of edginess and a lot of comedy in there, and darkness, and I really think that the people that were in Breaking Bad did a good job.
No, they did a good job, but I hated the character. I hate Skyler. She's a fucking cunt. Walter White's a fucking idiot. Walter acts like an idiot. He just decides one day he's pissed off and he's gonna try to fuck his principal. He's like, fuck it, why not? It's like, what the fuck? Where did that come from?
Tommy's broken chair tipped $5. You piece of shit. Why the fuck you have to sit on me, you blueberry fatty?
Tommy, your chair just chimed in.
My principal he was a dude.
Tommy's chair. Tommy's chair just chimed in, just to let you know real quick. He said, "Stop sitting on me like this, you fuck. You're breaking me." But anyway, so you think Breaking Bad was better than the fucking Sopranos?
No. There's no candle. I'm trying to say that they're both evenly matched. They are back to back. As they both have their negatives, they both have their positives. They're back to back. They're two separate. They're about gangsters, but one's about the drug world, and then one's about the Italian mafia. So
I get what you're saying. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Are two different creatures of the night, but together they're two super beasts that are back to back and legends in the the sitcom world, the dramedy sitcom world.
Tommy, what do you think about Chappelle being tackled on stage? Wait, hold on 1 second.
Hey Tommy, your blubber is showing.
Tommy, you got some blub showing, baby? You ain't got no blood. You got some blub showing? Where you got? I ain't seen no blub. I don't see no blood.
I kind of think that I think this is staged. And
so you think him being tackled on stage was staged?
Yeah.
Did you see the guy's face that tackled him?
Not really. No, I didn't see him.
You might want to look at the guy. You might want to look at the guy who tackled him first before you say it was staged, because it looks like they fucking beat the ever living fucking shit out of this guy.
Hey, listen, they could these rich people could go up to any crackhead on the street, give him a ticket, and say, "Hey, here's a couple of $1,000. All we need you to do is get on stage and tackle the comedian." Honestly. And he's
what's the fucking sense of that? What does that do?
Publicity. Just trying to get publicity. Because
Tommy, Look at this guy's face. You tell me this is worth publicity. Look at his fucking face, dude. Look at him. Guy got fucked up. Guy's arm was fucking all busted up. His eyes closed. His nose looks jacked up. His lips look all fucked up.
All right, well.
This dude took a beating. This dude took a fucking serious ass whooping from Amanda Heard. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, he took an ass whooping, man. And Chappelle even went in there and started ass whooping him a little bit more at the end. And was like, I'm gonna stomp this motherfucker too. I'll help you. At the end there. But anyway, Tommy, we're gonna wrap this up soon, so I'll let you go, man. You have anything else? Anything else you want to hit us with before you go or no?
No, you guys have a good show, okay?
All right, Tommy, the show's over, but thank you. All right, bro. Tommy NC 2010, 20 cent flan, send 12 tens. Tommy send 10. Anything else, Nick, before we go?
No.
No, nothing at all, because we got some time.
No, nothing. Nothing's relevant right now. I mean, there's just nothing relevant right now for me to bring up.
I think we covered pretty much a lot, at the end there.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
We covered fucking, a little bit of everything, a little Skunty, little Joey Jumbo, a little bit of Moses.
Little Joey Bag, little Joey Bag.
Oh, Joey Bag.
Oh, Joey Bag. All right, well, anyway, till next time, Nicky Nines, the one and only. And I'll talk to you soon, brother. Episode 56 in the books. There you go. One and only Nicky Nines, episode 56. I'll be on Friday night, Saturday night. I think that's the next time I'll see you guys. Patreon tomorrow. So if you're on the Patreon, family members, look for tomorrow, the Patreon. Me and Shannon show will be on tomorrow. It's recorded. We actually recorded it, so we'll put it on there tomorrow night. So look for that. It takes two. And then next week we'll return with the double header with You Can Drew It with Drew the Gatekeeper from Derailed News and Podcast. And then No Hard Feelings episode 57. So if anything changes, I'll let you guys know. I have a lot of shit going on with my mom and all that shit right now. So, day by day, sometimes some things change by day sometimes. So, like, I might have to break plans every once in a while for shit. But, foreseeing anything will be as scheduled. So I hope you guys have a good rest of your week. Stay safe. Don't get hurt. Don't get killed. 2 eggs and a reach around. You know what I mean? Look for that soon. 2 eggs and a reach around. 2 eggs and a hand job. But yeah, that's about it, man. Thank you guys. We'll see you guys soon. Peace. Be safe.
Oh, Joey Bag.
The DJ table is one of the most prolific producers that hip-hop has ever presented, the mighty Mad Lib. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for hip-hop history. Was clumsy. He's back there getting stomped. Where did that come from? Thank you, sir. It was
call me a queef. This is not a 2-liter, okay?
I'm going to, okay?
Oh.
Black! It sounds like nothing you never fucking seen in your life, dude. You ain't never seen nothing like this before. Come on, man!
That's some fucking chaos in the community. So we're gonna go in here and we're gonna try marijuana.
Let's just have fun. Let's just have fun.
You don't know why that's so funny, Scott? Well, that means you don't know fucking anything about having fun or laughing, because it's funny because it's repetition, you fucking idiot. How long does it take you to figure that out?
Let's just have fun.
Fucking moron. Let's just have fun.
Get ready, pal.
Peace.